Okay everybody, this is Kevin Rott with Overdrive Outdoors, also owner of Tools of the Trade Sales and Service. Working on one of the team members' rifles here, and what we're doing is trying to improve the trigger on it. So we will be installing a JP spring kit in the factory trigger assembly. So what I'm going to do here is, first thing, we're going to test the pull weight of the trigger prior to the spring swap. One thing you never want to do is dry fire a rifle with it disassembled and allow the hammer to strike this forward wall right here. So all I did was cut up a small piece of leather that will fit down inside there, and it will prevent the hammer from striking that wall. Okay, so I'm using a Lyman trigger pull gauge. We'll zero it out. Here's the first trigger pull on it. 7.60 pounds. Second trigger pull, gauge is zeroed. 7.13 pounds. So pretty consistent right around there of 2 trigger pulls. So this is the spring kit that we're going to be installing. It is a JP 3.5 pound trigger spring kit, as you can tell by that item number right there. It comes with a new trigger spring, hammer spring, and disconnector spring that will replace the factory originals. According to the literature on this, it should reduce that trigger pull down to a minimum of 5 pounds. So we're going to give it a try and see what we end up with. Okay, so the new springs are installed. I don't know if I can get in there. You can see that these springs are identified by a yellow color. So now let's see what we get for a trigger pull. Again, gauge is zeroed out. First trigger pull. 5.7 pounds. Second pull. 4.14. Do one more. 4.13. So with what equates to about a I think I sell them for around 12 bucks for the spring kit. We just took almost 4 pounds off this trigger, making it a lot better. Generally speaking, I also like to put in a different trigger. If you combine this with the Mega Arms tactical trigger with the JP spring kit for the hammer spring, you can end up with a really nice trigger for well under $100. That takes 5 minutes to install. It's adjustable for over travel and creep. Also, on a lot of lowers nowadays, if you remove your grip and take that out, look inside there, the screw hole that the grip gets screwed onto with. If that hole goes all the way through the bottom of the receiver and is threaded the whole way, you can also take an Allen set screw and put it in there and adjust the trigger for set as well by using an Allen screw up from the bottom. You'll often have to cut that grip screw down to accommodate that, but if you combine that with the spring kit, you can end up with a pretty good trigger modification that doesn't cost much and will be much better.